Hi y'all, welcome back to Out of the Box. My name is Kyzia and today, welcome to my book haul from Oh Goodie, it's a book. Warehouse book sale. So, okay, before I get into what I have in here, I found this event on Facebook and it's a warehouse book sale, and so they have all kinds of books, and I'm assuming they're from bookstores that are closing and such. There's not much background on their website about the history and all that, but it's a warehouse book sale and they have books from all types of different authors, and so I was having a ball in there. It was absolutely amazing. And so one thing I didn't know, I was gonna go in and I was thinking, okay, so I'm just gonna buy, just $20 worth of books, 2-3 books. But what I didn't know is that it was fill the bag for $20, and I was just like, oh my gosh. I was so excited. And so this is the bag that tore, and so I was not expecting this, y'all. I got 14 books in this bag before it tore. So it's just a way of stacking your books, of how your books are placed. You get all this in one bag, and so now I actually know to get my roller cart to put them all in. And they do this warehouse sale the first Saturday of every month, so I will put the Facebook link below so you can follow them if you want to get some books for yourself. So y'all, welcome to my Oh Goodie, it's a book haul. And look what I got. Look at all this. This thing is heavy. It is so heavy. And so I'm just going to show y'all what I got. This is in no particular order. And I'm going to put this down because it's heavy. Okay, but it did come in this Aldi bag. And I've never even seen this Aldi bag, but maybe because we just bring our own bag, so I don't really look at the bags in Aldi. But anyway, so in no particular order, this one is called Deadly Little Secret, and this is what the cover looks like. It says, a boy to admire from afar, a girl you want to befriend, a novel to keep you... Oh, okay, so I'm sorry. This is a review that someone left. But it says, a novel to keep you turning the pages because you won't know whom to trust. Oh my gosh, I love that. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, and it says, some secrets shouldn't be kept. Until 3 months ago, everything about 16-year-old Camilla's life had been fairly ordinary. Decent grades, an okay relationship with her parents, and a pretty cool part-time job at the art studio downtown. But when Ben, the mysterious new guy, starts junior year at her high school, Camilla's life becomes far from ordinary. Rumored to be somehow responsible for his ex-girlfriend's accidental death, Ben is immediately ostracized by everyone on campus, except for Camilla. She's reluctant to believe the rumors, even when her friends try to convince her otherwise. Instead, she inexplicably, drawn to Ben and to his touch. But soon Camilla is receiving eerie phone calls and strange packages with threatening notes. Ben insists she is in danger and wants to help. But can he be trusted? She knows he's hiding something, but he's not the only one with a secret. Ooh, yes! I've been trying to read some more mystery stuff, and if y'all follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you'll know that I'm a part of a murder mystery dinner theater called Dinner Detective. And so dinner detective, before we get back into the books, it's a big dinner. Everyone's having dinner, and then a murder happens. And it's your job to figure out who done it and why. And so y'all actually leave that link down below in the description, because if you are not in Houston, Texas, there are other ones that you can go to around the United States. So check it out. And so, okay, this one is called, I was really intrigued. This one says Confessions of a Stepsister, and I love other concepts of fairy tales, like the what ifs. And so, or this is the mom story, or this is the dad story, or this is the sibling story. I love stuff like that. And so this one says, we have all heard of the story of Cinderella, the beautiful child cast out to slave among the ashes. But what of her stepsisters, the homely pair exiled into ignominy by the fame of their loving sibling? What fate befall those untouched by beauty, and what curses accompanied Cinderella's looks? Set against the backdrop of the 17th century Holland, Confessions of the Ugly Stepsister tells the story of Iris, an unlucky heroine who finds herself swept from the lowly streets of Harlem, I think that's how you pronounce it, to a strange world of wealth, artifice, and ambition. Iris's path quickly becomes intertwined with that of Clara, the mysterious and unnaturally beautiful destined to become her sister. While Clara retreats to the cinders of the family hearth, Iris seeks out the shadowy secrets of her own household, of her new household, and the treacherous truth of her former life. Far more from the mere fairy tale, Confessions of an Ugly Stepsister is a novel of beauty and betrayal, illusions and understanding, reminding us that deception can be unearthed and love unveiled in the most unexpected of places. This sounds so amazing, y'all. I love it so much. I love books that way, and I love Once Upon a Time, the show that was on ABC several years ago. Now it's on Disney Plus, and you can watch it on there. But what's one of my favorite shows in all the world, because it goes through all the fairy tales and like their what ifs, and everyone's intertwined somehow, some way. This one is called Fatal Hearts, and it's a murder, suspense, and sizzling romance. And it's, let's see. Okay, so the report stated Josh McBride's death was from such cardiac arrest, but homicide detective Boyd McBride can't shake the idea that his identical twin brother's death was somehow connected to his search for the adopted boy's birth parents. Josh must have been close to the truth, and it cost him his life. When Boyd comes to medical resident Hayden Walsh's ER, looking for answers, she agrees to help with his investigation because Josh was a friend. As unnerved as she is by her attraction to the detective, she knows it will be impossible to avoid romantic entanglement and the mess that comes with it. The investigation uncovers dangerous secrets, and Boyd and Hayden's passion ignites. Only they can keep each other safe from a threat that lurks inside a lifelong mystery. Ooh, that sounds so good, y'all. Oh my gosh. That sounds amazing. I'm so excited to read it. Like right now, I'm reading a series, and then I want to read another series, and then that should be all the rest of my series, so I can get to all my single books soon. Excuse me. And this book, I actually forgot that I have already. It's The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Sage Lawson. And I might have to give this book away because, like I said, I already have it, and I didn't remember when I was looking through all the books. But it says Sage Lawson's The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo combines murder mystery, family saga, love story, and financial intrigue into a complex and atmospheric novel. Harriet Banger, Oh gosh, a scion of one of Sweden's wealthiest families disappeared over 40 years ago. All these years later, her aged uncle continues to seek the truth. He hires Michael Blomshaves, a crusading journalist recently trapped by a liberal conviction, to investigate. He is aided by the pierced and tattooed punk prodigy Elizabeth Slander. Together they tap into the vein of iniquity and corruption. That sounds amazing. But like I said, I think I already have this book, so I might give this book away to someone who wants to read it. Okay. And this one is called Something Borrowed. It's so cute and it's so simple. And now a major motion picture. Okay, so it must be a movie now or a show, and I think I remember something like that coming out, but I can't recall who's in it and such. But it says Rachel White is a consummate good girl, a hard-working attorney at a large Manhattan law firm, and a diligent maid of honor to her charmed best friend Darcy. Rachel has always played by the rules. Since grade school, she has watched Darcy shine, quietly accepting the sidekick role of their lopsided friendship. But that suddenly changes that night of her 13th birthday when Rachel finally confesses her feelings to Darcy's fiance, is both horrified and thrilled to discover that he feels the same way. Excuse me. As the wedding date draws near, events spiral out of control, and Rachel knows she must make a choice between her heart and conscience. In so doing, she discovers that the lines between right and wrong can be blurry. Endings aren't always neat, and sometimes you have to risk everything to be your true self. Ooh, that sounds so cool. I hope it's as good as I think it is, because I think it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be neat. And this one, I like this book cover. Look at this book cover. Isn't that cool? That's so neat. It says, "They know not what they do." A novel. And it has all kinds of quotations about what people thought of it on the back. But it says, a young man's decision to put career before family leads to chilling consequences. Ooh. And it says, Joe has got what he always wanted, a reputation as one of America's top neuroscientists, a beautiful wife, and 2 perfect daughters. But when his lab is attacked by animal rights activists, Joe is forced to face the past and reconnect with the son he abandoned 20 years ago. As he struggles to deal with the sudden collision of his 2 lives and to save his eldest daughter from the clutches of an unscrupulous tech company, Joe has to reconsider his priorities and take drastic action to save those he loves. Oh gosh, that sounds so amazing. And you can see all these people here had something amazing to say about this book. So I'm excited to read this book too. Okay, where are we? Oh, we still have lots of books to go through. This one is Lovers and Players by Jackie Collins. And it's dangerous sex, money, secrets, irresistible power, mega money, and 2 murders equal 1 reckless week in New York. Oh, this sounds so good. Y'all, like I said, I've been trying to read more murder mystery, but this one seems like it's really going to be amazing. I can't wait to read it. This one's Bethany's. Okay, Where the Crawdads Sing. And so there's a movie about Where the Crawdads Sing, and I saw the movie already, but I didn't know it was a book when it came out. Kind of like Bridgerton. I didn't know that there were Bridgerton books before Bridgerton came out on Netflix. But Where the Crawdads Sing is a movie and a book. And it's so cool. I love the movie, and I'm excited to read the book as well, because like I said, I didn't know that it was a book. And the prologue is in 1969, but it goes back to 1952, and I think the movie kind of put it probably back to early 2000s, I believe. But like I said, and it's a murder mystery, and it's really, really neat, so I can't wait to read it. Another, I'm dropping books. Okay, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. And so it is 8-star reviewed. I don't know what 8-star reviewed means. But I will look it up and tell y'all, because I don't know what it means either. It says, 16-year-old Star Carter moves between two worlds, the poor black neighborhood where she lives and the fancy suburban prep school she attends. The uneasy balance between these worlds is shattered when Star witnesses the fatal shooting of her childhood best friend, Khalil, at the hands of a police officer. Khalil was unarmed. Soon afterward, Khalil's death is a national headline. Some are calling him a thug, maybe even a drug dealer and a gangbanger. Star's best friend at school suggests he may have had it coming. When it becomes clear the police have little interest in investigating the incident, protesters take to the streets and Star's neighborhood becomes a war zone. What everyone wants to know is what really went down that night. And the only person alive who can answer that is Star. But what Star does or does not say could destroy her community. It could also endanger her life. Angie Thomas's searing debut about an ordinary girl in extraordinary circumstances addresses issues of racism and police violence with intelligence, heart, and unflinching honesty. So this looks really, really good, and I can't wait to read it either. I can't wait to read all these books, but we'll just have to get through them one book at a time. Kind of like an elephant. So how do you read a book? How do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? How do you read a book one book at a time? Actually, some people read 2 books at a time, and I don't know how they do it, but God bless you if you know how to do that properly. And this one is called Drop Dead Beautiful by Jackie Collins, and that's her on the back. This book, it says, from Miami to Beverly Hills, from Mexico City to Acapulco to Las Vegas. Dynamically sexy, lucky Santa Angelo and her sweet as sin daughter Max are turning up the heat. And so is Anthony Barner, an illegitimate son of her one-time godfather and lethal enemy, Enzo Bonatti. Lucky is preparing for her opening of her multi-million-dollar hotel complex in Las Vegas, the Keys. But Bonner, a vicious killer, is out to stop her any way he can. Meanwhile, 16-year-old Max has run off to Big Bear to hook up with a man she's been corresponding with on the internet. But instead of a man she thought she was meeting, he turns out to be a vengeful predator with a long-standing grudge against Lucky and Billy Molina, the 28-year-old Studley movie star who is recently the boyfriend of Lucky's best friend, Venus. Ooh, that sounds so intriguing. This sounds amazing. I can't wait to read it. Okay, the pile is piling, y'all. My goodness gracious. Am I still... and it fell. Thank you. And they are on the floor. Anyway. Well, now we know that we cannot stack books that way. Okay, and this one is called Do I Know You? And this one says, Jane Ellison is a super recognizer, able to identify strangers by the slightest facial details. The curve of a neck, the arch of an eyebrow. When she spies heiress Bella Valencia at Logan Airport, she is convinced that she found the person responsible for her sister Kid's death 11 years earlier. But her attempt to detain the suspect ends with Jane herself fired and humiliated. As Bella prepares to marry Will Peace, the scion of an uber-wealthy, influential, and ruthless Peace family, famous for their wholesome wellness and lifestyle brand, on their private island of Cape Cod, Jane risks everything for the chance to expose the bride-to-be's crimes to the world. But the deeper Jane digs, the more she may be imperiling her own safety. Combining magnetic, wisecracking narration and a skillful, layered plot, Do I Know You is a gripping psychological thriller and tale of redemption that will keep readers on the edge of their seats. Ooh, y'all, I love me a psychological thriller. Oh my gosh. And another person who writes psychological thrillers as well is Colleen Hoover, and I love her books. They are amazing. And this one, okay, if I'm not mistaken, these two books are coincided with one another, but I have to make sure that's true. Okay, this one is called Goddess of Revenge by Jane Collins, and it says Lucky runs a high-profile casino and complex, the Keys in Las Vegas. Lenny, her movie star mother, is still directing successful independent movies, while her gorgeous daughter Max is about to celebrate her 18th birthday and is embarking on a wild affair with a movie star and her son Bobby owns a string of hot clubs. Lucky has everything: family, love, life. Family, love, life. And everything is exactly what billionaire businessman Armand Jordan is determined to take from her one way or the other. Born a prince in a small but affluent Middle Eastern country, Armand comes to America with his American mother at an early age and rises to become a real estate business tycoon. Armand regards women as nothing more than sexual playthings. So when his people inform him that his own property he covets more than anything, the Keys, is not for sale, he is shocked. That a mere woman would dare to turn down his offer to buy the Keys is unthinkable, and Armand vows to force Lucky's hand whatever it takes. And so the battle for power begins. The word is, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and what happens in Goddess of Revenge will blow your mind. And so now I think if I'm not mistaken, this one might be the second one. Okay, so let's read it and see. This one is called Drop Dead Beautiful by the same author, Jackie Collins. And it says, like mother, like daughter, no truer words to Lucky Santiago's 16-year-old Max, who goes looking for trouble when she hooks up with some guy she met on the internet. Soon the beautiful, willful Max finds herself in deeper waters more than she can imagine, as she becomes a pawn to a greater scheme that leads back to Lucky and Billy Molina, the sturdily movie star boyfriend of Lucky's best friend, superstar Venus. If Max's troubles weren't enough, Lucky has her multi-billion-dollar Las Vegas hotel complex to contend with, along with Anthony Bonner, the legitimate grandson of one of her one-time godfather and lethal enemy, Enzo Boniti. So begins a non-stop thrill ride as Lucky builds her dream resort and gambles with all that she holds dear. Max, too, is following her dreams, as her high-flying triumphs prove she is more than just a little lucky. So I'm thinking that Love and Players by Jackie Collins and all of these going together. So, but I need to make sure that that is true before I'll tell y'all at the end of this video if that is true or not. And last but not least, or never mind, there actually is another book. Okay, Daniel Danielle steals Undercover. And so I've actually heard a lot about her books, and I've heard that they're good, and I've always wanted some. And this one says, Marshall Everett has traveled a twisting, perilous road from the jungles of South America to the streets of Paris. As an undercover DEA agent, Marshall penetrated a powerful cartel and became the trusted right-hand man of a ruthless drug lord. The price he paid was devastating, costing him everything and everyone he loved. Back in the United States on a temporary assignment to the Secret Service on the presidential detail, Marshall performs an act of heroism and changes his course forever. Ariana Gregory has her whole future ahead of her, with an exciting life in Manhattan and a coveted job as an online fashion magazine. But when her father, recently widowed, is appointed U.S. ambassador to Argentina, she reluctantly agrees to accompany him to Buenos Aires. Then an unthinkable act of violence shatters her world. Nearly a year later, Ariana arrives in Paris on a fragile road to recovery. There she strives to bury painful memories forever. She crosses paths with Marshall Everett, but dangerous forces watch her every move, and Ariana and Marshall will once more have to fight for their survival. And this one is a psychological thriller as well. Oh gosh, I love psychological thrillers, y'all. Okay, last but not least, The Spanish Love Deception. And I've been hearing a lot about this on Book Talk. Everyone I've seen to know has read it already, and I have not read it yet. I've seen it at Target and all that kind of stuff, just haven't picked it up. And it says, Catalina Martin, finally not single, her family is happy to announce that she will bring her American boyfriend to her sister's wedding. Everyone is invited to come and witness the most magical event of the year. That would certainly be tomorrow's headline in the local newspaper of the small Spanish town I came from, or the epitaph of my tombstone, saying the turn of my life had taken in the span of a phone call. 4 weeks wasn't a lot of time to find someone willing to cross the Atlantic from NYC all the way to Spain for a wedding, let alone someone eager to play along my charade. But that didn't mean I was desperate enough to bring my 6'4" blue-eyed pain in my behind standing before me. Aaron Blackford, the man whose main occupation was making my blood boil, has just offered himself to be my date. Right after inserting his nose into my business, calling me delusional, and calling himself my best option. See, outrageous, aggravating, blood boiling. And much to my total despair, also right, which left me with a surly and extra large dilemma in my hands. Was it worth it the suffering to bring my colleague in vain to the existence as my fake boyfriend to my sister's wedding? Or was I better off coming clean and facing the consequences of my pain-induced lie? Like my abuela would say, oh gosh, y'all, I don't speak Spanish that well, but I'm gonna try it, but I will put it in the caption below. Que Dios nos pila con pasados. And so, yep, that is my book haul, y'all. Oh Goodie, a book will have their next book sale the first Saturday of the next month. So this, it's September, so the first Saturday of October 7th, they'll have their next book sale, and I will put in that link below so y'all can see it and go and explore the many books they have. And so, like I said, it wasn't, one book for $7 or $2 or something like that. It was a fill a bag kind of thing. So please be prepared to do that and bring cash. Have your Cash App ready, Zelle. And oh yes, and your Venmo ready. Y'all, thank you so much for coming to my book haul from Oh Goodie, It's a Book. And please do not forget to support our small businesses. I know sometimes supporting a small business can be a little bit more expensive than supporting a bigger business or bigger brand, but please do not forget these people have bills to pay and families to feed as well. Y'all, thank you so much for coming to me on this unbagging. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next unboxing. Bye!